Hello YouTube, this is Chris Convictional Services. I'm going to try to make this a very quick and short video. As you can see, I had a whole thing lined up there, and I tried to record it earlier, and I was already at over an hour, and I hadn't even got to here yet. So um, it's about weather control, HARP, mind control, Blue Beam Project, weather control modification, chemtrails, aka cloud seeding, um, so on and so forth. If you know, you know. So, uh, just to make this short and sweet, and then I will try to get from where I'm at now here back, either like a part two up today or tomorrow, depends if I got the time and and stuff to be able to do it. And like I said, my mother-in-law, she's feeling better now. We're still at her house, but she she's wanting to be more in her living room and stuff, which I understand, which is really the only place I got at the moment because we're not home yet to do this kind of stuff. So anyway, let's get on with the video. Uh, so as you see here is a channel I follow, Minutes of Horror. He posted this. Um, this is wild. These anomalies seen in the aurora borealis or the northern lights are also being seen in weather radar. Um, and then I'm assuming screenshotted this. I look at this photo. I took this photo from storm a little after 9 p.m. Does anyone else see what I see? This is bizarre. Can anyone explain what it is? Zoom in if needed. Um, I think I figured out what it is. It's part of the HARRP program and the Blue Beam Project and chemtrails, weather control modifications, MK Ultra, mind control, so on and so forth. And what they're pointing out, I don't know if you can see it or not, is this section right here. You see it's got the little circle right there, and then it's like a spiral. And then if you look over here, you get the same thing. You get the spiral. Okay. So if you look, and this will make sense in a minute when I show you Google Earth. When you look up United Nations information, Australia to Florida, which is where we just had the Hurricane Milton. Um, and everywhere I keep seeing this, people, I see it from a video or a screenshot or whatever, and then shortly after it's scrubbed. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, doesn't matter. But if you notice, it's a very straight shot and it's a very small distance, 15,180 kilograms or kilograms. And if you notice, that's pretty much the same trajectory that Hurricane Milton took. So the reason I say, uh, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, this is Google Earth. If you notice, Google Earth, United Nations Information Tree, King George Terrace, plus Parks, ACT, Australia. If you notice, you get that same emblem right there. Okay, it goes even deeper, guys, so pay attention. All right, so if you go down to a street view, a couple things I want you to notice. One, you get that, there's that dark circle made with the stone in the center, and then you got the spiral, right? But also, I want you to notice either the sun rays or a snake. I want to say it's more of a sun rays that's made in the stone. And then also, you have the trident as well, right there, right there, right there, more of the sun rays. This all makes sense in a minute, guys. Sun rays, trident, trident, trident. Okay. So before we go any further, let me back out. All right. So if you go over this way just a little bit, what do you see? That looks like a HARP antenna. And what's below it? A big glass pyramid, which we know is one of the emblems that they use, the Illuminati use, the elite, whatever you want to call them. Like at the back of the dollar bill, as an example, like I said, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, is they use the triangle or the, or the pyramid shape here. And look at that. And that looks like a huge HARP antenna. And then you got the other glass dome here. There's not so much necessarily a pyramid, but it is a glass triangle shape. Then you've got two more pyramids here, the same as you have here, right? And then you got the glass here, you got glass there, but I'm assuming you got glass over there. But that's all right in line with this. Now, tell me that image doesn't look like that. And if you don't know who Minister Horror is, go check him out. And I sent you, we're supposed to be having a private conversation soon. Been waiting over a year now. He finally added me on the PlayStation to have our private conversation. We'll probably have, after that, picking each other's brains and stuff. We'll have uh, a collab on his channel or my channel, possibly even live stream together. We'll see how it goes. But tell me that doesn't resemble that. And then of all places, the UN, one of the UN buildings, and then all the emblems. You got all the different tridents out here, and then it's right by water. Look at that. Which water we know is electric current. It intensifies electricity, and so on. As one of the many things that is used for water. But look at all the water. Um, but then you go over to here and look at that. That's one of the many symbols that look just like that. Spiritual Path Church, Pine Ridge Online. You got the different 24 ancient spiritual symbols. You got the spiral there with the sun rays coming off of it. I mean, you got this one here, ancient spiral, petroglyph. I can't even talk. Glyph. You got this one here. I mean, it's that symbol is used over and over and over. So go over here, and what powers does a trident have? Listen to what some of these powers are. Created water. Poseidon trident could create water out of nowhere. Summoning storms. Poseidon could summon a storm, which with the strike of his trident, which Poseidon is a pagan god, demon. Um, Conjuring tidal waves. Poseidon could conjure up tidal waves with his trident. Drying out land. Poseidon could use the trident to dry out land, creating horses. Okay, but if you look at those initial one, two, three of them, they all sound like a hurricane. And I'm just trying to keep this brief. There's a lot more to dig down into it, but I want to keep this brief because I don't know when the next video I can make because being my mother-in-law will start sitting in our living room again. I can't have my laptop out here. Um, and it's messed up right now. I got to replace the whole back and hinges so I can open it and close it again. Like I said, my community post is broke. And so I got to be careful opening it and closing it because it's just getting worse every time I do so. So when I disconnect it and take it out of here, I don't open it again unless necessary. But they were, my wife took my mother-in-law to her medical appointment today, so I felt it was necessary to go ahead and try to get this video up. Like I said, I made this whole video up to about here, I think. Oh no, here. And I oh no, it was here. And I was already at an hour long. So anyway, tell me that doesn't sound like, you know, what's going on. And then you got the strange weather we've been having lately, the moon disappearing, and not being where it's supposed to be. Then you have the dark part of the moon disappearing and reconnecting on the moon. Or should I say, not disappearing, but disconnecting and reconnecting back to the moon. I got a video footage of that. We've got to get that edited and put up. Edited because it shows parts of my mother-in-law's front of her house, and I don't want people knowing where she lives. Um, or where me and my wife live. So one of these days I'm gonna go. If you haven't watched my new video yet, please go watch it. I'm not getting the views and likes on that I normally do, and comments from my normal subscribers. So I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, and if you have liked or commented it, if it's even showing. Um, 'Cause I know YouTube likes to mess with me, but so one of these days or nights, I should say, because I don't have a filter and a good enough camera lens to do it with the sun, which hopefully, God willing, I get something like that soon. Like, um, I want to go somewhere and have me and my wife, uh, where I do a zoom in test, to where I zoom in on the moon and then I zoom in something that we know is here on Earth, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like the zoom should not happen where NASA says the moon is. It shouldn't. Um, I've had one person comment on that the moon's not clear. My video wasn't clear and this and that, blah blah blah. How much more clear do you want it? Um, like for real. Um, so anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Like I said, for the sake of time, this is another image that people keep seeing with the hurricane, um, which I find it funny that most of the hurricane um, ima- uh, images have been scrubbed off the internet, but also the live view, from what I'm seeing, is only by satellite now. It's not done with you're not Hurricane Milton isn't being shown on regular radar. I've noticed that different people posting about that, how it's not showing the Hurricane Milton. um, but then you've got these, which is part of the video I had made. That's a real long video that, like I said, I'll probably break it up into this one and then the rest of the other one. But if you the Northern Lights, I've never seen them outside of the Northern Lights anywhere, outside of the North, rather, I should say. And part of the video that I have set up to be made, that I was gonna make part of this one, and was just too long, is Jesse Ventura was talking about how and his show Conspiracy Theory, that he went to when he went to the HAARP facility, they wouldn't let him in and this and that. I remember watching that when it was new. But also that whenever that is turned on, that's when the Northern Lights show up. And, these storms happen. And, it's just kind of funny to me that, we get these images, and then also, the Northern Lights that have been showing in areas they should never be. They never have been. They've never been outside of the North, say like Alaska. They've never been shown outside of these areas. See here. Um, I'll go ahead and show you real quick in this. According to National Geographic, there's 6 places and the Northern Lights can be seen. You got Google AI, most commonly visible in the Aurora Zone, which is 1,550 miles of the off of the North Pole, northern Scandinavia, northern Norway, Alaska, Greenland. Let's see here, Scotland and England. Okay, and that's where they've always been. They've never been in the areas where they've been now. But now we're getting all these CERN's more active. From my understanding, HAARP is being more active. All these portals we keep seeing everywhere that are in the sky, so on and so forth. But let's get back to this. So, like I said, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. This is all for another video. I'm not going to add it into this because it'll just be too long. And my mother-in-law and wife should be home, are back anytime soon. And I want to have this done before they get back. So listen to this.
This was an interesting snapshot taken on a news broadcast. As you can see, looks a little bit like a skull. Something a little bit...
Hurricane Milton looking like a skull on the radar.
And we're going to get into a ton of stuff with regards to this. This was an interesting snapshot taken on a news broadcast. As you can see...
And as you see, there's the weatherman and stuff there. And he mentions it's taken a snapshot taken from a news station doing a weather report. But if you notice, look at that. That looks like a demon to me. Not just a skull, but a demon. You got the long hair. You got the eye. Kind of convenient. It's in the eye of the storm. The mouth. The nose. That's more than just a skull. You got the jawline. So on and so forth. So, and my humble professional, and I mean professional, Ben, I've been researching this and so much more stuff, my whole life. Biblical, paranormal, government conspiracies, cover-ups, you name it. I've been researching it my whole life. So that's why I say professional. Um, Opinion. This is tied in, and look at the aerial view. Look how that looks so much like that. Look how that looks just like this here. Where is it? Look at that. Look how those look identical. And you can kind of see the tridents in the sun. Well, actually, it looks more like the sun rays here now that I'm looking at it real close with the aerial photograph from above. You got all the different sun rays. It looks like clouds. Um, then you got the tridents, which I showed you. So, in my opinion, um, that I believe this is part of HARP. I mean, it's kind of odd that you have that. I mean, they could have any structure they wanted to as the windows there, and that's what they choose. Right below that, I mean, look at that. That's right in line with that. If you know, you know. Like Egyptians, if you know the Egyptians and their pagan gods and the way they believed and the different ways that they did things and believed. And then that lines right up with that. And then you got bam, bam. You got the same type of window material here and here. But look at how that lines right up with those two. And then those pretty much line right up with that. Like this. See? Get what I'm saying? Like, that's just too much of a coincidence to me. And I don't believe in coincidences. Um, so yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And as soon as I can get this video up, and this is all about HAARP, mind control, weather control, uh, cloud seeding, aka chemtrails, uh, so on and so forth. I'll get that up, and tons of other videos I got to get up. But I wanted to get this up for too much longer. Um, oh, that's a crazy. Look at that cloud. It kind of looks like that image right there too, almost like a swirl in a way. Wow, all those clouds look like they're in the same swirl pattern. Yeah, and see like that. Those can only that those rays, how like that they're going like that, where it's in the clouds, can only happen if the sun was much smaller and local. Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Um, if you see what I see and you think what you thinking and believe what I do on this. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Use all the links in the about me section. Rate, comment, subscribe. Much love. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.